From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Hey folks, Bryan Wilson here in for Fred Gossage this evening. We are much cooler today than we have been over the last several days. In fact, the last week or so, about 10 degrees below average for our high, and that was the first half of the day. We've only been cooling off as we've headed over the last 6 or so hours. Rainfall traced to about 1/10 of an inch, really not too much across the area. Where we did see the rainfall, we saw it in southern Middle Tennessee especially. We actually also saw some graupel, some little pieces of ice that almost resemble hail falling from the colder cores of those storms because of the fact that we're being so much cooler across the area today. Sunset at 7:10 here. That was just a couple of hours ago. Of course, the moon is in the third quarter, so there's not much worry about the stargazing conditions in terms of the moonlight blocking out, so we're actually improving on that front as well. So let's take a look at what we have in store for tonight. Over the next several hours, again, we're still cooling off, right? I think we're getting back down through the 40s and even 30s through tomorrow morning especially, and I think about 35, 36 is kind of what we can expect for our lows tomorrow morning, especially in North Alabama. Check it out though on the future cast. Notice some areas spotty cooler, right? We might see 33, 34, 35 in southern Tennessee, so patchy frost is possible. A little less likely though in North Alabama, not seeing huge indications of that. Then of course, as we head deeper and deeper into the afternoon, we'll call it about 50s on average, but I think southern Tennessee, lower 50s, North Alabama, maybe some upper 50s. That cloud cover is kind of going to be one of the X factors there, right? Also might see a couple sprinkles in southern Tennessee, kind of like today, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Wind still ripping out of the west at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, so we're going to stay relatively cool in terms of how it feels for the rest of the day tomorrow and into Friday as well. However, towards Friday and Saturday, start improving because this high pressure system here puts the kibosh on any rain chances for the next couple of days here. We're actually doing pretty nice warming up. But then we actually get into the more spring-like pattern towards the end of the weekend and into next week. And what do I mean by spring-like pattern? Well, we kind of get the warmth and the rainfall out of that, right? We're starting to pick up those shower and storm chances through Sunday and beyond. Wind is out of the south, so we're going to be in the 70s. But first, I don't think we're going to be doing any of that spring weather, right? I think over the next day or so, still in the 50s, right? That's what I'm talking about there through Friday. Saturday's kind of the inflection point. We're going to stay pretty much dry on Saturday. Wind starts to come back out of the south here into the area. And then beyond that, really no issues in terms of temperatures. We're going to stay there in the 70s for our daytime highs. Notice those lows as well, kind of staying in the upper 50s, even lower 60s there. But I think what the real story is the fact that rain will return. I'll discuss that here in a second. Here's your forecast lows for tonight. Now, like I said, a couple patchy areas of frost looking actually pretty likely in southern Tennessee here over the next 12 hours or so. North Alabama, not quite as much likely. I think it's going to be mid to upper 30s there. Then, of course, through tomorrow, again, southern Tennessee, about 5 degrees cooler than North Alabama. On average, about 55 degrees, but a lot cooler feeling because of that wind out there out of the west. Now, here's your 7-day forecast. Next 3 to start out with. Notice those temperatures slowly climbing up, and then boom, Sunday and beyond, back to the 70s. But notice this active pattern. Even as we approach the eclipse Monday, conditions locally really not looking too good, to be honest with you, as the current indications. Towards Tuesday and Wednesday, we also look to have some pretty intense rainfall here too, if current data is to be believed, which of course it can and will change. You all know that by this time of year. Things waffle all over the place, but it looks like another active pattern will be back in store for us soon. So try to make the best of this next couple of days. Just bring a light jacket here as we wrap up the week, and I think we'll be doing just fine.